So my new bushing kit came that I got off eBay that had like 14 or 15 pieces in it. And I'm like, this looks like the one I'm looking for. And holy crap, it fits. You have no clue how happy I am right now that I finally found the right one, because yeah, so that kit does not have the right one. I will link this in the description below if I can. So now I can finish putting this thing back together. And then I gotta figure out how to get all the springs compressed, because that's being a pain. But anyway, yes, so we can finally put this thing back together and we'll keep going from there. Alrighty, so I got all the internals put in yesterday. Everything seems to be fine. It's a little tight, but should be fine. I can still turn it. And the other thing was, yeah, I pressure checked. I was able to pressure check some of these clutches, so I think we'll be all right. I need to put the servo in now and check the tightness on that, and then we can start working on the valve body. And I said I'm going to work on this today until this transmission is in the car, whether that be 8 p.m. or 8 a.m. tomorrow, which hopefully it isn't. But anyway, that's the update for now, and I'm just going to get back to work and keep on not knowing what I'm doing. Alrighty, folks, so the transmission is done, ready to put back in. I got the valve body all put back together today, torque converter, flushed it out, and got the extension housing back on. Got my transfer case here. So my goal tonight is to have all this secured, like done. It is currently 9:36 p.m. and this always takes longer than it's supposed to. So I think tonight's gonna be a little bit of caffeine and hopefully not up too late. But let's get after it. Okay, so an update for you guys. So for those of you who missed some of the shorts and stuff that I posted, after this last bit that you saw here where I was about to put the transmission in, I ended up, I tried to turn the motor over and it would not turn over. It was straight up, seemed like it was locked up. So I basically gave up for the night, said I'm going to bed. Came out the next day, or actually take that back. I had to work on the one of the other trucks the next day on that 6.8 Ford, and so what I ended up doing is after the weekend went by, I started tearing into it, and turns out the flex plate bolts were bottoming out on the block. Well, that was weird. They're the same bolts, so I don't know why I was doing that. Well, I figured it out. I just put some washers on there, spaced it out, and I'm like, oh, interesting, we'll figure this out later. Well, it turns out, after I tried to put the transmission in, which it is still sitting in there, bolted up with 4 bolts and just kind of hanging out, that crank is wrong. I messed up big time. I didn't even think of it, and I knew the cranks are basically the same, so I put a 5.3 crank, truck crank, in the 6-liter LS2. That's not gonna work. The rear crank flange is different, but the main thing is the counterbalancing is gonna be way off. So I need to find an LS2 crankshaft, which I should have done from the beginning, and I knew it, and take the whole entire motor back apart. So we're just kind of waiting. I'm working on the power stroke right now, and you'll see that in the next video. And also I'm going to get to work on my forerunners this weekend. Yes. So I can get the frame so I've done that, so I will have that all documented on YouTube for you guys to watch. So yeah, I'll be looking for, I'll probably end up having to get a new crank, which sucks because that's like $500. But live you learn. I'm glad I figured it out now than when the motor blew up. So beware of that. Remember, don't put a crank in that doesn't belong. Yeah. So end of that rant. But I mess up too. And I'm not going to try and hide that because, well, I got to be honest with you guys. So that's the kind of guy I am, and that's how I want to be. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and comment, like, subscribe. See you later.